special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post 8 Baseball is brought to you by Dr. Pepper, Floss Dentistry, Comtech, Wagner Auto, and Dakota Sprinkler.
That one is flown out towards center field. Elliott Life, a long run dive, and he makes the catch! What a diving grab by Elliott Life out in center field!
Post 8 Baseball is also brought to you by CHS River Plains, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, True Green, B&B Equipment, Oahe Federal Credit Union, and Gales Gas.
And Keenels will shoot that out towards the right center field gap. That's going to get down for a base hit. Another run will come in to score. Keenels is going to try and get the second. The throw coming in is cut off by the second baseman. It's the second double of the game for Lincoln Keenels.
Post 8 Baseball is also brought to you on KCCR by AirTech, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Olson Plumbing, First Dakota National Bank, Birding Electric, and Shane's Pharmacy.
Post 8 will take game 2. Find a complete game shutout for Jack Van Camp. A huge win for the Yates.
Post 8 Baseball is also brought to you by Avera, Xander Auto Parts, Edward Jones Financial, Todd's Electric, Lamb Auto, Kruger Contracting, the Oahe YMCA, Bank West, and Fisher Rounds.
And Dean will launch it out to right field. That one's going to get out for a walk-off. 3-run homer. And Post 8 is off to Sunday. Third home run for Bennett Dean of the season.
With the call of today's baseball action, KCCR award-winning sports director John Winkler.
And a good morning to you as we welcome you here from the Veterans Classic at Rapid City, the Fitzgerald, as the Post 8 will take on the Cheyenne Sixers here in the first game of the day, second game for both of these teams, as the Cheyenne Sixers come in with a 1-0 record in this tournament so far. And oh, by the way, they have just one loss in the season so far in the year, too. 19-1 is their record. This is a very good baseball team, and they will be trying to showcase that again here this morning, as they beat Mitchell 9-6 yesterday, and Mitchell went 0-2. Pierre went 0-1. Post 400 got the first win over Miles City in game 1 of the day, and then it was Post 22 beating Bellevue 10-1 in the final game of the day. So our standings look like at the pool at Fitzgerald Stadium. It is Laramie at 2-0 right now, the only 2-0 team. Mitchell is 0-2. Post 22, Post 400, Fargo, and Cheyenne all are 1-0, and Bellevue East, as well as Pierre and Miles City, Utah. Miles City, Montana. They are all 0-1 so far on the season, as Post 8 will be looking to get to 1-1 here against this Cheyenne, Wyoming team, who their only loss came to Laramie back on May 24th. That was the last time that Cheyenne had played until yesterday. So everybody's available except for just that one pitcher yesterday. But for the Post 6 Sixers, a 4-0 loss in one of 2 games of the doubleheader to the Laramie Rangers. So that tells you just how good this team can be, because they won 8-2 the next game. And by the way, Post 8 lost to Laramie 6-1 yesterday morning. So that tells you that this is going to be a very good team again. Spencer Easlin will be on the mound for Post 8. He'll be making his 8th debut. He threw well in the high school season, but now gets an opportunity to throw against an out-of-state competition here in this ball game this morning. 10 o'clock first pitch. We're about 12 minutes away from first pitch here between Cheyenne and Post 8 in the morning game. Only game of the day for Post 8. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow, and then they'll see where they stand and where they will play then on Sunday morning. But their first game here today, first game overall of the day today, as Cheyenne and Pierre playing just this morning, and that's it, as the Eights will be looking for a first win here at the Veterans Classic, and also their first win of the season. After dropping a 6-1 decision last night, they also were swept in a doubleheader against Brookings, so they're still looking for that first win of the 2022 summer year, as they will be looking to do it against a very good Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers. We can go through the starting lineups here for Post 8 first. Spencer Lettler will lead things off. He's the left fielder. Will be followed by Jaden Weeby, the DH, batting second. Jack Merkwan, the center fielder, will bat third. And then it was Bennett Dean, the cleanup man, playing first base. Gary Nedved, the third baseman, will bat fifth. And then it's going to be Jet Zabel, the right fielder, batting sixth. Grayson Hunsley, the catcher, batting seventh. Connor Bruce, the second baseman, batting 8th, and Matt Hansen, the shortstop, will bat 9th for Post State. Spencer Easlin is on the mound for the 8s. For the Cheyenne Sixers, it is Mason Tafoya, the third baseman, leading things off. Coulter McElhaney, the shortstop, will bat 2nd. Zach Kostopoulos, the first baseman, batting 3rd. Dominic Lopez, the DH, will bat 4th. Julian Romero, the left fielder, batting 5th. Kelvin Hastings, the second baseman, batting 6th. Caden Anderson, the catcher, batting 7th. Ethan Reisdorf, the right fielder, batting 8th. And Ben Bowman, the center fielder, will bat 9th. Bradley Fieser is on the mound for the Cheyenne Sixers here in this ball game. For those that are watching on YouTube right now at KCCR Sports, we got just the logo up right because, well, the sun is beaming in to the press box right now, and I'm trying to keep the iPad as cool and as out of the sun as long as possible. So keeping the pregame, we'll just have the logo up there, and of course we'll have our great sponsors. The logos will come up when we hear them here this morning. But yeah, the logo up right now just because we're trying to keep this iPad cool enough, because while it's not super warm here, well, it is June, and that sun is a little bit well, the science of the sun being a little bit closer to South Dakota right now, it can get pretty warm very quickly with the iPad. So we're going to get the iPad up there for first pitch, and if for some reason we have some technical difficulties with the sun, we'll try and keep it here on YouTube at KCCR Sports, but you might be watching just the logo with the scoreboard up there. But of course we're on the air on KCCR, and you can also stream us online at KCCRradio.com. Post State and Cheyenne coming up here in just a little bit. We'll step aside for 3 minutes. We'll come back with more. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent with BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At the Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your why at the Oahe Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from His Son Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand, and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back here to the Fitz, as we're waiting for first pitch here between Post States and the Cheyenne Sixers. Post State, the visitors once again. Cheyenne taking the field. I believe they talked about having the national anthem beforehand, but we'll wait to see here. Yeah, it looks like we will get the national anthem before we get underway. Nope, we're going to go. I think we're going to skip the national anthem, so we're getting set for first pitch here between the Eights and the Sixers. As the Eights will be looking for their first win of 2022. As the Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers are on the field and ready to go here this morning. And it is the morning here. And, well, I guess it is the morning back in Pierre as well. But for Post State, for here in Rapid City, it is just about 9 o'clock here this morning. Cheyenne Sixers, again, Bradley Fieser will be the man on the mound for the Sixers in this ball game. After Ben Bowman threw a gem and threw 6 innings against Mitchell in the first game of the tournament. And now Fieser will have the opportunity to go against this Post State lineup. And again, for Post State, Spencer Lettler will lead things off. He'll be followed by Jaden Wiebe, and then Jack Merkwan, Bennett Dean, Gary Nedved, Jed Zabel, Grayson Hunsley, Connor Bruce, and Matt Hansen. Connor Bruce making his Post State debut here in this ball game, as Spencer Eason will also make his Post State debut, as he'll be on the mound for Post State here in this ball game. Again, that sun really beating down here, so we're going to try and keep this iPad maybe as cool as possible. It's already starting to make things not go so well for us. As the Eights are going to be looking for their first win of the 2022 season. And Post State, again, they are going to be wearing their white jerseys here in this ball game. White on white, and the Cheyenne Sixers wearing their cream-colored jerseys with the navy blue caps. We're ready to go here for baseball. Spencer Lettler will step to the plate. And Spencer Lettler, who played against Brookings but was removed from the game, he's back in the lineup. Good to see him back in the lineup for this ball game. Here's the first pitch, as it'll miss low for ball one. We're underway here at 8:58 locally here this morning. Just a couple minutes before 9 o'clock, ahead of schedule here for game one of the day and our only game here for Post State. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss low down. So the count is now quickly 2-0 here to Spencer Lettler to open up this ball game. Here's the 2-0. That one's right down the middle, now 2-1. Good velocity here from Bradley Fieser to open things up. It's an early morning for everybody. Maybe a little bit more so for Post State compared to Cheyenne because they're from the Mountain Time. That one's just down the line foul from Lettler. He went down the left field line, and it took a hop just to the left of the third base bag. So the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now here's the 2-2 pitch to Spencer Lettler. Breaking ball that is just off the plate, and the count is now full at 3-2. Here's the 3-2 from Fieser. On the outside edge, taken for strike 3, and the leadoff man is retired on the strikeout. And there's one down. Here's now Jaden Wiebe. Wiebe yesterday went 1 for 3, singled, and came around to score the only run of the ball game for Post State, as he was stealing second, ended up getting to third on a wild throw to second, and air for charge of the catcher. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 here to Wiebe. He was driven in by Bennett Dean, who is in the same spot as he was yesterday in that 4 spot, and the cleanup man. That was the only run that Pierre scored. They led 1-0 in that ball game. That one's chopped off the plate over to the third base dugout where Post State is at, and it's now 0-2 here to Wiebe. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Just past 9 o'clock now. Locally here, 10 o'clock back in the capital city. Count is 0-2 with 1 out, nobody on here at the top of the first. Fieser comes set, he goes from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Wiebe will ground it up left side and fielded by the shortstop in McElhenney. And the throw to first is in time, and there's now 2 down here to open things up in the top of the first inning, and it will bring up Jack Merquan. It is Romero out in left, Bowman in center, and Reisdorfer in right. Tafoya, the third baseman, McElhenney, the shortstop, Hastings, the second baseman, Kostopoulos at first, Anderson behind the plate, Fieser looking for a 1-2-3 inning as Jack Merquan digs in. First pitch misses for ball 1. Merquan had the best day at the plate other than Dean's RBI. He had 2 of the 4 hits for Post State. Reached base all 3 times, a walk and then 2 singles, but he was stranded on base all 3 times as well. 1-0. One will miss low, and it's now 2-0. And the Cheyenne team, who we'll talk about when they come to the plate, they're top 7 in the order, top 6 in the order, all had pretty good days yesterday. At least had a hit yesterday in the top 6. Here's a 2-0 to Merquan. That one's at the knees, and it's now 2-1. Two outs, nobody on here in the top of the first inning. Here's a 2-1 pitch from Fieser to Merquan. That one's at the knees again and taken for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. Merquan trying to be the first base runner here for Post State, and the Sixers looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Here's a 2-2. Merquan goes down, reaches forward, and will foul it away out of play, and count remains at 2-2. That was the first swing put by Jack Merquan here today. Here's the 2-2. That is strike 3, and that will retire the side here in the top of the first inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Fieser. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We had the bottom of the first. No score between Pierre and Cheyenne. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As we welcome you back here to the bottom of the first inning, as it will be the Cheyenne Sixers coming to the plate. As leading things off will be Mason Tafoya, and then Coulter McElhenney, the shortstop, followed by Zach Kostopoulos, the first baseman. Dominic Lopez, the DH, will bat fourth. Julian Romero, the left fielder, batting fifth. Kelvin Hastings, the second baseman, batting sixth. Caden Anderson, the catcher, batting seventh. Easton Reisdorf, the right fielder, batting eighth. And Ben Bowman, the center fielder, will bat ninth for the Sixers. Spencer Easlin is on the mound for Post State. As it digging in first is Mason Tafoya. Here's the first pitch. That one's popped foul and out of play. Spencer Easlin in the games for the spring season on the 2021 year. He went 5 innings, 1-1 in 4 appearances. That one's over for a strike, and it's now 0-2. Gave up 8 hits, 8 runs, only 4 of them earned. His ERA is 5.6, a whip of 2.4. Had 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. He did hit 3 men. Here's the 0-2. Chopped to the plate, and it is foul as it rolls down the third base line. The count remains at 0-2. And now here is the 0-2 pitch from Easlin. Just missing low, and it's now 1-2. Here to the leadoff man, Mason Tafoya. 1 for 3 with an RBI yesterday for the Sixers. Here's the 1-2. That one's popped foul. That will get out of play. And behind the press box. The count remains at 1-2. For this Sixers team, the top 6 guys in the order, all had at least 1 hit. And the guy, Kelvin Hastings, hit a home run with it. And he's batting in the 6th spot. That one will bounce in. The count's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Easlin looking to retire the leadoff man here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's a 2-2. That one will miss low, and it's now 3-2. On deck is Coulter McElhenney. Here's a 3-2. Look just a bit outside. And a leadoff walk here to Tafoya. McAnally is the man, not McElhenney. McAnally. Coulter McAnally, the shortstop, 1 for 3 with a double, 1 of 3 extra base hits. They had a double, triple. He had the triple. A double, triple, and a home run for the Sixers yesterday. Here's the first pitch to McAnally. That's missed inside for ball 1. Full State yesterday, Jackson Edmond had the start. He threw well, gave up 7 hits, but those out of the 6 runs, was responsible for all 6 of those runs, but only had 4 earned runs and 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-0. Ben Bowman, who's the center fielder, he threw yesterday for Cheyenne. He threw 6 innings, allowing 1 earned run on 7 hits. He had 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Able to pitch to contact for the most part yesterday. That one's on the outside edge by Easlin. It's now 2-1. Here to McAnally. Zach Kostopoulos is on deck. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one is upstairs, now 3-1. Almost got past the glove of Hunsley. But it is a 3-1 count, and Easlin is in danger now of walking the first 2 men that he has seen. Here's a 3-1 from Eastland. A long pause. Popped foul out of play. Count is full again here at 3-2. Again, this is game 2 of 5 of the weekend. So you look at the in total, after throwing Gary Nedved as well, he'd be available to come back at some point this weekend again. But you like to have pitchers go deep into games, as that's another walk issued. McAnally's on. And now here's Zach Kostopoulos. I want to thank Peyton Theodosopoulos for allowing me to struggle for 3 years, so then when Zach Kostopoulos shows up, I don't screw that name up. Had a chuckle and looked at down the name and saw Kostopoulos for the Cheyenne Sixers. He stands in with a double yesterday, drove in 2 runs, takes ball 1 outside. Two on with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 1-0. There's a pop-up, right side, foul territory. It's going to get out of play, as Bennett Dean gave chase over at first, but along with the second baseman Connor Bruce and the right fielder Jet Zabel. So the count is 1-1. It is Spencer Lettler out in left, Jack Merkwine in center, Jet Zabel in right, Gary Nedved at third, Matt Hansen at short, Connor Bruce at second, Bennett Dean at first, and Grayson Hunsley behind the plate. And Spencer Eastland on the mound here for the Eights. From the stretch, here's the 1-1. That one's fouled back to the netting, and it's now 1-2. We'll count at 1-2 here to Zach Kostopoulos. And he had a double 2 RBIs yesterday. Dominic Lopez is on deck. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Fielded by Bruce. Steps in the back for 1. Throw to first in time. It's a double play. A 4-3 double play. And Spencer Eastland does a good job of getting the ground ball. Bruce steps in the bag at second for 1. And it turns into a 4-3 double play. Dominic Lopez now to the plate. Mason Tafoya moves over to third base. And just now an out away after 2 walks to open up this inning. A ground ball, fly ball gets you out of this inning without any damage. First pitch to Lopez is popped up. Spencer Eastland going to call for it, and it's going to end up dropping. Grayson Hunsley trying to make the play. I don't know if Spencer Eastland didn't see it right away, but the run comes in to score. And whether it goes down as a base hit or not, it's a mental error by the Eights, because Grayson Hunsley should not be the one to take that. Ends up scoring the run for Dominic Lopez. They're going to give an error, end up probably giving it to Hunsley, but that's a mental error by Post State. Here's a ground ball left side through the hole for a base hit. The inning will continue. Gets past Spencer Lettler. Another run will come in to score. So it's now a 2-0 lead here for Cheyenne. Be a single and an error. That's a 2-0 lead here for Cheyenne. Lopez comes all the way in to score. And with the air charge to Lettler, he gets the second. That's 2 unearned runs, but also 2 plays without an RBI. Now here's Kelvin Hastings. Hastings had the home run yesterday, 2 for 4 with a home run. 2 RBIs driven in for Hastings. First pitch, ground ball to Hansen over at short. He'll throw across the diamond, a low throw, but Bennett Dean is there to retire the side. 2-run score. 1 hit in the inning, 2 errors, and 1 man left on base. We have played 1 full inning, and Cheyenne's got a 2-0 lead You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back here to the Fitz, it is a 2-0 lead here for Cheyenne over the Yates. Bennett Dean, Gary Nedved, Jed Zabel. The 4, 5, and 6 here for Post State as they find themselves down at 2-0 as we open things up here in the top of the second. Have to move the iPad back a little bit. Not as good of a camera angle, but still trying to bring you Post State baseball just to cool this thing down and keep it from overheating so you can actually see a little bit of the game being played. Here's Bennett Dean to lead things off here at the top of the second. Dean had the sac fly RBI, the only run that has been scored so far for Post State. First pitch is taken for ball 1 to Dean. As we open things up here in the top of the second inning. 1-0 pitch. That one is at the knees, is now 1-1. Dean, so far, got plenty of hits on this early season. He's able to reach base all but once in game 1. And a couple of hits so far in that doubleheader, and then one yesterday, and the count's now 1-2, along with the sac fly RBI. So the count is now 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And he'll foul that one back, and we'll do it again here at 1-2. Dean, Nedved, Zabel, 4, 5, and 6 here for the Eights. Here's the 1-2 pitch. They'll foul that one back. Good battle here for Bennett Dean. Eights are, again, looking for their first win of the season, 0-3 so far. Here's a 1-2. That one's outside, and the count's now 2-2. Dean hanging tough here in the leadoff man in the top of the second inning. Here's a 2-2. That's up the middle, off the backhand of the second baseman Hastings, and Dean will be the first base runner of the ball game for Post State. We'll see if they ruled that one a hit for Dean or not. The tough play, they're going to give an error to the second baseman Hastings. It'd be impartial to give Dean a hit, but I guess we'll go with the official scores. There's no hometown bias in this one. I guess if there would be, I don't know if you'd be more biased to Pierre or not. A little bit of a rivalry between Pierre and 22. Here's Gary Nedved. That's upstairs for ball 1. Post 22, they won their first game last night over Bellevue, and they won it 10-1. It was Post 400 winning 10-0 over Miles City, Montana. That one's on the outside edge and taken for a strike, and the count's even at a ball and a strike to Nedved. Then it was Cheyenne beating Mitchell 9-6 before Laramie beat Mitchell 7-6. Laramie ended up beating Pierce 6-1. Post 22 got a 10-1 win over Bellevue. That one's upstairs and it's now 2-1 here. Nedved yesterday did not play, came into pitch, so he did not hit yesterday for Post State. So this is his first plate appearance of the tournament. 2-1. That one's at the knees and is now 2-2. So here, so far, the standings of Laramie at 2-0 with Fargo post 400, Cheyenne and 22. All at 1-0. That one's fouled back by Nedved. We'll do it again here at 2-2. And Pierre, along with Bellevue East, Nebraska, Miles City, Montana, are trying to get their first wins, while Mitchell is already 0-2 so far here in the tournament. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss. And Gary Nedved is down on strikes. Third strikeout now in the ball game ready for Fieser. And that brings up Jet Zabel, the other lefty in the batting order, the right fielder. Zabel went 0 for 2 with a walk in yesterday's contest against Laramie. And for Post State, again, not a lot of hits to go around. 2, 3, and 4 are the only guys that got hits, Wiebe, Merkwan, and Dean, as the first pitch is over for strike 1 to Zabel. And Merkwan had 2 of those 4 hits. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will bounce in. The count's now 1-1. Runner on first with 1 out here in the top of the second. 1-1. Comes inside. It's now 2-1. Here's a 2-1 from Fieser. Swing and a foul tip into the midst of the catcher and Anderson. The count's now now at 2-2. And Fieser is looking for his 4th strikeout of the ball game. Dean again leads away from first. Here's the 2-2. Long pause from Fieser. Delivers. Looked at for strike 3 on the outside edge. And that is the 4th strikeout now in the ball game for Fieser. And it brings up Grayson Hunsley. Hunsley yesterday 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice, but hit 3 ground balls all 3 times to the plate. 2-0 our score here in the top of the second. 2 outs, runner on first base. Here's the first from Fieser. Nope, instead of check over and diving back in safely is Dean. And Fieser, he takes a long time, and he comes set. This one a much quicker delivery to the plate, and there's a strike taken by Hunsley, and it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Fieser to Hunsley. Time is called by Hunsley at the plate. Get everybody reset here. And Fieser will get back set from the stretch. Here's the 0-1. That one will miss low, and it's now 1-1. Tomorrow for Post State, they will have a doubleheader as they will first see Fargo Post 400 at 3 o'clock, be 4 o'clock Central Time, and then at 5:30, 6:30 Central Time, as that one's flown out to left field into the gap out towards left center field, and the center fielder will come over and Bowman to make the catch and retire the side here in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base after inning and a half, a 2-0 lead for Cheyenne over Pierre. listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Furning Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Furning Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Furning Electric, 224-8684.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
So it's the bottom of the second now, and the Eights down 2-0 after 2 unearned runs were allowed in the bottom of the first. And Post Eights looking to keep this a 2-0 deficit, but he'll deal. Spencer Easlin will deal with 7, 8, and 9. Caden Anderson, Ethan Reisdorfer, and Ben Bowman. Anderson went 0 for 3 yesterday, and these are the first at-bats for Reisdorfer and Bowman in this tournament. The Cheyenne Sixers are one of the best teams in Wyoming, and they are a team that they're not looking at just winning state championships now. They're trying to make the World Series. Their goals are not just a state championship, it's to win a regional tournament and go to the Legion World Series. Because it's been that they have won plenty of baseball over the last several years and many years. But now it's not just enough to win a state championship for them. They want to go farther than that, and they kind of rival Post 22 from the state of Wyoming. They're kind of expected to win state championships. It's not just the goal isn't just to win a state championship. It's to make some noise in the regional tournament. That one's fouled back, and it's 0-2 here to Caden Anderson. And it shows, outside of getting to the Legion World Series, but it shows how good this team is. They just one loss so far in the season, a 4-0 loss to Laramie. And that's, the game of baseball to go undefeated at any point in the year is highly unlikely. That one's fouled out of play, and it remains an 0-2. You look at just in general South Dakota in high school baseball, Roosevelt, they were team that was undefeated for the longest time and then ended up losing one game but didn't even make the state championship. Their second loss came in the state semifinal to Mitchell. Here's the 0-2. That's outside. It's now 1-2. So that, again, just tells you the difficulty of doing that and why you play 162 baseball games in the regular season for baseball is every day is a different feel to how it can be. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's fouled back, and it remains at 1-2. You get different guys on the mound. The ball finds a way to drop from day 1 to day 2. You hit the ball on a line, it gets caught. You hit a blooper that drops in. A lot of different scenarios for the game of baseball. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, hard shot, sliding stop by Nedved over at third. The throw to first is high, and unable to get the tag down is Bennett Dean. And so end up being probably an infield single because Nedved had a heck of a play over at third to slide in to make that stop. But the throw just was a little bit high, and ends up Dean couldn't get the tag down, and they will give Anderson a base hit. And that would be one tough error to give Gary Nedved if they had scored it that way. But it is a base hit, leadoff single for Caden Anderson. Now here's Ethan Reisdorfer, the right fielder. Did not play yesterday. So he is making his tournament debut here at the plates. And that one is fouled back, and it's 0-1. Eastland's done a good job of, after the first 2 walks, pitching to contact. No strikeouts yet. He had induced a ground ball double play in the bottom of the first inning, turned from Bruce to Dean on a 4-3 double play. Easlin will step off and reset here. Bottom of the second with nobody out, one on here in a 2-0 lead for the Cheyenne Sixers. Easlin will come set. Here's the 0-1. That one is popped foul, and that will get out of play again. It's now 0-2. Guess it didn't even end to where the Eights will be playing tomorrow. They'll obviously be here at the Fitz again, but 4 o'clock Central Time is the scheduled first pitch against Post 400 North Dakota. That is out of Fargo, and then Bellevue, Nebraska will be the final game of the round robin. That one's popped up. And Bennett Dean, that one will go off and out of play. So it is still at 0-2. That one went off the top of the netting. I don't know if you could do that again if you try. And so it's still an 0-2 count here to Ethan Reisdorfer. Here is the 0-2 pitch from Easlin. Taken for strike 3. The throw to second goes off of the runner stealing second. He will steal it safely, but it is a strikeout for Easlin. Strikeout looking of Reisdorfer. And there's now one down, but the runner does advance on the stolen base, so he is in scoring position here with one out in the bottom of the second. And it will bring up Ben Bowman. Bowman did not hit yesterday, but threw 6 innings for the Sixers. 1 earned run, 7 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Bowman. And Mason Tafoya, the top of the order, who walked and came around to score. The Eights were nearly out of the first inning. But a pop-up right in front of home plate. Hunsley tried to make the play. Unable to, and it's hard for a catcher to come out in front of the plate to make that play happen. The count's now 0-2. And probably should have been Spencer Easlin's ball. Maybe, the corner infielder's coming in too, but just miscommunication turned into an error, mental error as well, and a single and an error later, it ends up being a 2-0 lead for Cheyenne. A foul ball went right over to the first base dugout and off the netting of the first base dugout. And everybody's safe over there for the Sixers. So we'll do it again at 0-2. Easlin comes set from the stretch. Here's the 0-2. That one's popped up into a couple steps in the outfield and left field. And Matt Hansen, the shortstop, will go back to make the catch. And there's now 2 down. And it will bring up Mason Tafoya, the third baseman, back to the top of the order here for Cheyenne. And another opportunity with 2 outs here for Post State to put up a 0. And being down 2-0 to this Cheyenne team, you don't want that lead to be extended any farther than it already is. Here's the first pitch from Easlin to Tafoya. Swings and threw it. And it's 0-1. Also, the run rule, it's an 8 after 5 innings, 15 after 3. No, the 10-run rule drops down 2 runs to try and keep games at a good pace when they're starting to get out of hand. Here's a ground ball right side, past the diving Bruce into right field for a base hit. Run will round third. The throw coming in, cut off by Dean. It's a 3-0 lead for Cheyenne. 2-out RBI single for Mason Tafoya. And it's now the first RBI of the day for the Cheyenne Sixers. And Mason Tafoya has picked up his second hit of the tournament. And they lead at 3-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. And now it's Coulter McAnally. Tafoya leads away from first. He'll take off in the first pitch. The pitch is high. Throw to second, not going to be in time. And a stolen base here for Tafoya. And so now there's a runner on second with 2 away. And it will be a 1-0 count here to McAnally. That one misses low, and it's now 2-0. He drew a walk, was retired on the double play turn. Off the bat of Zach Kostopoulos, who is now waiting on deck. Here's the 2-0. That one's at the letters, and it's now 2-1. And Dirk Campbell commenting, saying go Cubs. And yeah, they did get a win over the Cardinals last night. I think that was their first win in the last 2 weeks. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Here's a line shot into center field, down for a base hit. Merkwan will come up with it. He'll throw it into second. Another run will come in to score. Back-to-back RBI singles for Tafoya and McAnally. And the lead's up to 4-0 now here for Cheyenne. And it brings up Zach Kostopoulos. And Kostopoulos grounded into the double play in the bottom of the first that nearly got Post-State out of the inning. And it's now all 4 runs have scored with 2 outs. Granted, 2 of them unearned in the first inning. These 2 runs both earned against Spencer Eastland. Pickoff attempt, and diving back in safely is McAnally over at first base. He has been on base twice, as well as Tafoya. Romero and Anderson have the other 2 hits of the 4. Picked up by Cheyenne here in the bottom of the second right now. Runner takes off, throws second, not going to be in time again. It was a strike and closer play. Took 1 hop to Connor Bruce, who put the tag down after that. McAnally was able to steal second. So now here's the 0-1 to Kostopoulos. That one's popped up. Foul out of play, and the count's now 0-2. Yeah, for Dirk, sure he got the win. The Cubs beat the Cardinals yesterday, but the standings show a much different scenario for the Chicago Cubs. 0-2 pitches upstairs. It's now 1-2. As they are sitting below the Pirates in the standings. 4th place in the standings. Guess you can chalk it up to the Cardinals just didn't take them serious yesterday. They're so far back in the standings. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Ground ball left side, fielded by Matt Hansen. The throw to first will retire this side here in the bottom of the second. 2-run score. 3 hits in the inning. No errors and 1 man left on base. After 2 complete, 4-0. Cheyenne leads it over Pierre. You're listening to Post-State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Hey, let's go. We're going to be late for the baseball game.
I know. My air conditioner is letting me down like our middle reliever last game. I have to give someone a call.
That's easy. Call in the closer, AirTech Heating and Cooling. They use Coleman brand heaters and air conditioners, and like our team's closer, AirTech with Coleman products give us quality and dependability we can trust to win the game.
You're right. I'm going to the bullpen. AirTech, I need you. Here at the top of the third inning, Post-State, they are down 4-0. As the Eights will be looking for their first runs of the ball game, as again they trail 4-0 win. Good burst of wind came through here and nearly took all the papers away from it. Here's Connor Bruce to lead things off. First pitch swinging, and he pops it foul and out of play. And it's 0-1. This is Bruce's first at-bat with Post State in his senior year. Here's the 0-1. That one misses inside, and it's now 1-1. This will be going to be pitch number 39 here for Feaser with 4 strikeouts, no walks. He's allowed just 1 base runner, which turned into an error charge to the second baseman. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Bruce. It hits him. And Connor Bruce in his first at-bat. Well, it's not an official at-bat, but he gets hit by a pitch, so he is the second base runner and the leadoff man on base for the second straight inning here for Post State. As this 8-9-1. Matt Hansen and then Spencer Lettler. So Matt Hansen, who yesterday went 0 for 3, ground into a double play, also ground out in a strikeout. Here's the first pitch to Hansen. That one's taken for strike 1. Hansen, his final year here with Post State, after a spring season, a busy spring season for Matt Hansen. He had a couple weeks as a pickoff attempt, and Bruce is picked off at first. So the leadoff man is now retired. And there's one down, and it will bring up now here, or we'll still have Matt Hansen. Here's the 0-1. Hansen will foul that one back to the netting, and it's now 0-2. And Hansen had a couple busy weeks between tennis and spring baseball. A couple days where he didn't have any days off at all. And ground ball down the first base line. And Johnny Lyons, the first base coach in this ball game, he was able to make the play, and the Cheyenne dugouts, they giving him some credit over there. And they cast now 1-2 here to Hansen. One down, nobody on here in the top of the third inning. Post 8 bench enjoyed the hands that Lyons had over there. There's a swing and a miss on a breaking ball by Hansen, and there's now 2 down, 5th strikeouts of the morning for Feaser. And it brings up Spencer Lettler, who is one of those 4 strikeout victims for the first time through the order. As Lettler will come to the plate. 3 lefties in the batting order for Post 8. This is one of the 3, first of the 3. First pitch over for strike 1 to Spencer Lettler. Here in the top of the third. And the 8's down 4-0. Here is the 0-1. That one will bounce in, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Still a lot of ball game left. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2 here to Lettler. But for Post 8, I want to pick up some base hits. We're still looking for that first hit of the morning. Hard to say morning when you're talking about baseball. There's a swing and a miss by Lettler. Didn't go all the way around, but he didn't hold up in time. And the 6th strikeout now the ball game for Feaser. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 2.5, it is a 4-0 lead for Cheyenne over Post 8. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on a KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Bottom of the third inning, and the Eights down 4-0, as it will be 4, 5, and 6. Dominic Lopez, Julian Romero, and Kelvin Hastings, the first three hitters for this Cheyenne, Wyoming team. As the Eights find themselves down at 4-0 as we open things up here in the bottom of the fourth. Spencer Easlin through bottom of the third, through the first two innings, allowing 4 hits. Just 2 of the 4 runs that were earned. First pitch over for strike one to Dominic Lopez, who reached on the air that kept the inning alive. The air is charged to Grayson Hunsley, but pretty much chalk up an air for just about everybody in the infield, as it counts now 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball left side. Nedved will field at third. A low throw and unable to scoop it out is Dean at first base. So the leadoff man is on base, and what will be the third error of the ball game for Post State. And Gary Nedved will be the one charged for the error. And here's now Julian Romero. Went 1 for 4 yesterday, singled, got to second on the error that was charged to Lettler that drove in the game's second run. Did not get credit for the RBI. Lopez doesn't get credit for an RBI, bringing it into Foya either. There's a line shot through the hole left side, base hit. So it's now runners at first and second here with nobody out. I believe Brecken Kruger now is in the ball game out in center field. He is. So Kruger will take Spencer Lettler's spot in the order. And he will be the leadoff man, but also in kind of a familiar territory. He would be the 9th man to come to the plate next inning. So Merkwan moves over from center to left, or from center to left. First pitch over for strike one to Kelvin Hastings. So it's first and second here with nobody out in the bottom of the third. And Cheyenne is up 4-0, looking to add to it. Swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2. Hastings grounded out to Hansen at short. And his first at bat. Take another ground ball, try and start another double play. Here's the 0-2 from Easlin to Hastings. Bouncing in, good block there by Grayson Hunsley. And it's now 1-2. And Sting put at second, has to be Lopez. This will be pitch number 53 of the day for Spencer Easlin. Here's the 1-2. That one's up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Rounding third and coming in to score easily will be Lopez. To third base, not breaking stride was Romero. And it's now a 5-0 ball game. An RBI single for Kelvin Hastings. That's his third RBI of the tournament. And now here's Caden Anderson. Already put a handful up on the board here for the Cheyenne Sixers. as they lead it 5-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. And Caden Anderson, who singled to lead things off in the bottom of the second, came around to score. He's back up with nobody out. Runner takes off, and that one's line foul down the right field line, and it's 0-1. Again, tomorrow will be on the air about 3:45 Central Time. It's a 4 o'clock first pitch, 4 and 6:30 on Saturday. We'll have both games for you here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. It's looking like we will be on the Rock Station on Sunday, as that one's over for a strike, and it's now 0-2. Because even if Post State ends up as outside of ending up as the 3 or 4 seed, if they're 5 through 8, and that if they drop to 0-2, it'd be hard to even pick up a 4th spot in the standings. That one's out of play, remains at 0-2. Be a 9 or 11:30 start on Sunday, which will take us through the church service or right in the middle of the church service on Sunday. So we'll end up having to be on the Rock Station. Runner takes off. That one's fouled back, and it remains at 0-2. The runner's at first and third and nobody out. They're the 8 seed or 7 seed. They play at 9 a.m. Central Time. If they're the 6th or 5th seed, they play at 11:30. If they're the 4th or 3rd, they play at 2 o'clock. And if they're the 1st or 2nd seed, it'll be at 4:30. And to be the 1st or 2nd seed at this point, they're going to win all 4 of their games. They can't drop another one. 0-2 pitch is outside, and it's now 1-2. They do not play Mitchell, and they do not play Post 22 in this pool. They also don't play Miles City, Montana. So in theory, well, I guess not really in theory, because Mitchell and Miles City will have to play each other at some point. 2-2 is the count. I believe Mitchell and Miles City have to play each other. Well, actually, they don't. Count is 2-2 here. So we could see a potential of having 3 teams all be 0-5, which then turns into different, or 0-4 and be a different scenario. But we're not looking for that. We're looking for Post State to still be 3-1 by the time this pool play comes to an end. But they got work in front of them here to try and make that 3-1 record happen. Count is 2-2. That's upstairs, and it's now 3-2. Runners at first and third. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. And the Cheyenne Sixers are threatening to continue to add this lead. Here's the 3-2. That one's fouled back. Runner was off of the pitch from first. So we'll have another full count pitch. And a nice battle here between Kane Anderson and Spencer Easlett. So now here is the 3-2. Runner takes off again. It will be ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. Third walk issued of the ball game for Easlett, first since he had walked the first 2 guys. And we'll have Coach Brian White make his way out and talk to Spencer Easlett with the bases loaded and nobody out. Couple of players are kind of stirring around the dugout right now for Post State. We'll see if they are, we're going to have someone go warm up. Looks like it might be Johnny Lyons and George Stalley are both making their way out there. We'll see who's the guy that actually is going to be warming up, because they both could be out there to go warm up and catch the other one, but we'll see who it is. Lyons was the first one out of the dugout. This will be pitch number 63 for Easlett. And it will be Lyons that will warm up out in the left field bullpen. First and second and third. Bases are loaded. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. And here's Ethan Reisdorfer. He struck out looking his first trip. First pitch misses for ball one. Easlin will work from the windup with the bases loaded here and nobody out. Here's the 1-0. That one also missing low, and it's now 2-0. Hunsley trying to frame that at the bottom of the zone, but unable to get the call. So it's now 2-0 the count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Upstairs, nearly gets the helmets of Reisdorfer, and the count is now 3-0. Easlin looking to battle all the way back. The 3-0 pitch. Ball four. Walked him on 4 pitches, and it's now a 6-0 lead here for the Sixers. Back-to-back walks, an RBI given to Reisdorfer, and now here's Ben Bowman. Flew out, popped out to the shortstop and Matt Hansen back in the bottom of the second. Here's the first pitch to Bowman. He'll foul that one back, and it's 0-1. Here in the bottom of the third inning, and Post State's down 6-0. Again, where Post State is at right now, they still plenty of time, but if they're down by 8 runs in the 5th inning, the ball game would come to an end early. That one's popped up on the right side. Jet Zabel will make the catch. Runner will tag and try and score. The throw coming in. Bennett Dean lost the glove trying to jump for it. And it goes as a sac fly RBI. And it's now a 7-0 ball game. Everybody moves up 90 feet. The throw was well too high. Dean, even though he lost his glove, was not even going to get close to making the play, but so it's now second and third. Runners at second and third now here with nobody outs. First pitch will miss low for ball one. Everybody advanced on the throw from Zabel trying to maybe get the guy out at the plate, but was not in time. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's at the letters, and it's now 1-1. So Johnny Lyons warming up in the bullpen out in left field. He looks like he'd be the guy to come in and in relief of Spencer Easlin, who, you know, it's about doing the little things for Post State. And what could be different scenario, we had the first 2 guys reach base in the bottom of the first. You get a ground ball, 4-3 double play to get 2 outs and a runner on third. And then a pop-up in the infield. It was right in front of home plate. Not enough communication for the eights. End up dropping. Fair territory. Run came in to score. Base hit. Another error. Made it 2-0. And where the game would be different, as that one's a through for the right side for a base hit. 1 run will come in to score. Throw cut off by Dean, and it's now an 8-0 ball game with runners at first and third as Bowman gets the RBI single. Still here with just 1 out in the bottom of the third. But you pitch maybe a little bit differently when it's a tie ball game in the bottom of the second. Maybe you hit a little bit differently when it's a tie ball game at the top of the second. But while all these runs are now earned against Spencer Easlin, 6 of the 8 are earned against him, you just pitch a little bit differently when the score is not 0-0. As that one's taken for a strike, runner took off and stole second. So it's now second and third with 1 down. Actually, it's Tafoya, who's at second. Because he got the RBI single. Runner at third is Reisdorfer. Bowman got the sac fly RBI. So now here is Coulter McAnally. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Misses for ball one. And so for Cheyenne right now, they're up 8-0. And they can extend the lead a little bit longer, give them more cushion. And they'd be 6 outs away from picking up a win here in the first game of the day. Both teams are playing just once. As that one is popped up, found out of play. We'll do it again at 1-2. The Eights will make their way back home and come back then tomorrow afternoon after an overnight stay last night. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station, just past 11 o'clock. Back in the capital city, 10 o'clock here locally. Here's a 1-2. That one is out to right field. Jet Zabel going over to the line. He'll make the catch. Both runners will tag. Cut off by Dean. Now a 9-0 ball game. And there's 2 away. So both outs have been productive. 2 sac fly RBIs. And now here's the 9th man to come to the plate. As Zach Kostopoulos, who is 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs, is looking to extend it and bat around. Runner on third, that is now Mason Tafoya. First pitch to Kostopoulos is over for strike one. Five-run inning here for Cheyenne. That's all started with a leadoff error. The count's now 0-2. Dominic Lopez led off, leading it off with an error. Charge to Nedved, then base hit, walk, RBI walk, sac fly RBI, another base hit RBI, sac fly RBI. And now Tafoya will pop it up on the infield. Bennett Dean in foul territory to the coach's box will make the catch, and that will retire the side. All 9 men come to the plates here for Cheyenne as they score 5 times on 3 hits in the inning. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. After 3 completes, the Sixers are all over the Eights. 9-0. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Did you ever hear the real story about the old woman who lived in a shoe? Who had so many children she didn't know what to do? Well, in the story, she wasn't given much credit. Believe me, she knew what to do, all right. She called my mom, Tara, at Kathy Sunshine Properties. She told my mom she wanted a house with 5 bedrooms and a large yard with room to run. Tara found her the perfect house and sold the shoe to a one-legged basketball player.
For your happily ever after, give me a call at Kathy Sunshine Properties, 605-224-5588. That's 224-5588. Visit contactkathy.com or stop by our new location at 301 West Capitol Avenue in Pierre.
Top of the 4th inning, and the Eights down 9-0 to Cheyenne. As here for Post 8, Jaden Wiebe will lead things off. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the left side, fielded by the shortstop. And 1 pitch and 1 out as McElhaney made the play. And there's 1 down here in the top of the 4th. And it brings up Jack Merkwan. 3-4 here for Post 8 now. Merkwan followed by Bennett Dean. Eights are still looking for their first hit. Only 2 base runners so far. An error by the second baseman allowed Dean to reach base. And then Connor Bruce was hit by a pitch. Only 2 guys to reach base so far. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Eights are in danger of dropping to 0-4. And while a lot of times you say, well, you got half a ball game left, well, you're now down your last 5 outs because it's an 8-run rule after 5. So you may not have even if you get a 0 in the bottom of the 4th inning, if you don't score at least 2 runs over the next 2 innings, game will come to an end. There's a ground ball to the right side, fielded by the second baseman. And Hastings will flip it over to first. And there's 2 down now here in the top of the 4th inning. And here's Bennett Dean. Reach base, putting the ball in play. The only guy to reach base putting the ball in play. One of 2 guys to be on. No walks, 6 strikeouts for Bradley Fieser. And for Dean, he waits on the first pitch. Takes it for strike 1 on the outside edge. Here's the 0-1. That one will miss low, and it's now 1-1. 3 errors so far in the ball game for the Eights. 2 in the first and 1 in the third. That one's outside, and it's now 2-1. Maybe Dean can be a spark here for Post 8. An extra base hit of some kind. Have Nedved get a base hit and get the old guys to be some leaders on this team. Or maybe not, they are leaders on the team, but to kind of lead by example here in this ball game and get the team fired back up. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Dean ground ball up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop. Turnaround, throw to first on a hop and scooped out at first by Kostopoulos. And what a fantastic play by McAnally, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Bradley Fieser. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. Johnny Lyons will take the mound for Post 8. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
As we welcome you back here at the bottom of the 4th inning, Post 8 down 9-0. Johnny Lyons now on the mound here for the Eights, as he will toe the rubber. 5 2/3 innings in the spring in 5 relief appearances. Gave up 10 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned, 7 walks and 3 strikeouts, an ERA of 8.647 and a whip of 3 for Johnny Lyons, as he is on the mound and will deal with 4, 5, and 6. Dominic Lopez, Julian Romero, and Kelvin Hastings. And his job is pretty simple right now, and I say simple, but he's got to make it happen. He has to get a 0. As we actually are going to have a pinch hitter. Hayden Swain will be the pinch hitter for Dominic Lopez. So Swain waits on the first pitch, taken for strike 1. And this is Swain's first opportunity to hit here in this Rapid City Veterans Classic. 0-1 pitch. That one is at the knees and is now 0-2. And Post 8 will play against the Pool on Sunday against one of the teams that will match them in the standings, as that one is missed for ball one. So for the Pete Lean field, where the post 320 pool is at, 1-2 pitch is fouled back. You have Sturgis and Gillette, along with the Lions, the 406 Flyers, Plattsmouth, and then post 320. Be one of those teams in Fremont as well. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one is flown out to center field. Brecken Kruger is over there. He'll make the catch. And the leadoff man retired. Here to open up the bottom of the fourth inning. That's the first time the leadoff man has been retired in this ball game for Cheyenne. As Corey Williams now will hit for Julian Romero. He'll get his first opportunity to swing the bat. Of this Veterans Classic. So Williams will come in and pinch hit. I've waited a while to tell the umpire he was coming in to hit, so when the umpire puts that down, we'll have another pinch hitter, and Trenton Rodriguez will hit for Kelvin Hastings. That'll be the third pinch hitter. And they still have another 5 on the bench that they could still hit. They have 8 men on the bench for Cheyenne. First pitch is over for strike one. Here to Trenton Rodriguez. To Corey Williams. Trenton Rodriguez is on deck. Cheyenne is, well, right now 3 outs away from going to 2-0 in the Veterans Classic. That one will miss for a ball, and it's now 1-1. Cheyenne's already played post 22 6 times. And it's a 6-0 record for Cheyenne over post 22. Here's a 1-1. That one is fouled out of play. So we'll do it again here at 1-2. Lions looking for a big 0. And for Post State, they will have 5, 6, and 7. Nedved, Zabel, and Hunsley be the first 3 that they need at least, right now, at least 2 runs. 1-2 pitch, looked at for strike 3. And Williams goes down on strikes for a strikeout for Lions. And there's now 2 down. And it will bring up Trenton Rodriguez. And we'll see if another pinch hitter will make his way out of the Cheyenne dugout. It will be another pinch hitter. Ty Lobmeyer. Wood hits. He's got the catching gear on. And that would be Kane Anderson's spot, so Lobmeyer might just come in and catch regardless if he gets a chance to hit or not. First pitch swinging, ground ball left side, fielded by Gary Nedved. And Johnny Lyons has a 1-2-3 inning for Post State. So we head to the top of the 5th inning. Yes, and Post State does need 2 runs to keep the ball game alive with the 8-run rule in effect after 5. And they are down 9-0 right now to Cheyenne. You're listening to Post State Baseball on a KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre, or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
So here we are at the top of the fifth inning, and Post State's with 5, 6, and 7 has to put 2 runs across to keep the ball game moving, as they are down to their final 3 outs here in the second game of the tournament. Only game of the day today. Back on the air would be around 3:45 for a 4 o'clock first pitch. That is all Central Time on Saturday. As it will be Gary Nedved, Jet Zabel, and Grayson Hunsley to lead things off. Nedved is 0 for 1, struck out swinging, and his only trip to the plate. And where the 8s are at right now, as Nedved will foul the first pitch out of play, and it's 0-1. But where the 8s are at right now, it's not a guarantee to get all the way through the batting order twice. Fieser is 1 above the minimum through 4 innings. That one's taken for a strike. It's now 0-2. Dean was the only man that has been left stranded. Reached on the air. Bruce was hit by a pitch and was picked off at first. So just 1 man left on base. That one's over the head of the pitcher, Fieser, fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first is going to be in time. And there's 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning. And there is a no-hitter going through 4 1/3 right now here for Fieser. As here's Jet Zabel. As Post State's down their final 2 outs here in this ball game. Here's the first pitch to Zabel. Taking at the top of the zone for strike 1. Coming up tonight here on KCCR, it will be Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between New York and Tampa Bay. We had Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We'll have Game 2 on Sunday night. We'll have to worry about Post State's, or we'll have full coverage of that with the game, with coverage at 6:30, game at 7 o'clock. Be able to get done with Post State baseball in plenty of time. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Zabel. He is down on strikes for the second time, and now Fieser is out of way of throwing a no-hitter, a 5-inning no-hitter against Post State. Grayson Hunsley will come to the plate. Last time that the 8s were no-hit was back in 2020, where they lost to, I believe it was Post 2 Fargo, not the 400 team. Benedine had a shutout through 6 innings as Hunsley swings and misses the first pitch. He had a shutout through 6 innings, just couldn't complete the shutout win. They were up 1-0 even though they were no hit. And ended up being Fargo getting 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th to win the ball game. And it's taken for a strike. It's now 0-2. Now the 8s are down their final strike here. And Fieser a strike away from a 5-inning no-hitter. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's the ball game. And Fieser will pick up the 9-0 win over Cheyenne with a 5-inning no-hitter from Bradley Fieser. We will step aside, come back, and wrap things up here from Fitzgerald. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family-owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman a call at 605-224-2161.
Little sweet! Did you miss your exit.
Ugh, for the second time in a row.
Ooh, third time's a charm. You deserve a treat for that time on the road. Did you lose your favorite sunglasses?
Yes, and they were on my head.
Or did you remember your wallet, but forget your phone instead? So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you meal prep all your lunches and order tacos instead?
I'm so ashamed. Please don't tell my wife.
I went to the grocery store and actually remembered my reusable bags.
Earth-friendly, so sexy. It's one of a kind, it'll blow your mind. That deserves a Dr. Pepper.
We welcome you back here to the Fitz, and Post State drops the second game of the tournament, as time of the ball game was just a little over an hour and 15 minutes, ended up being an hour and 21 minutes in total, with a 5-0 win, or 9-0 win in 5 innings for Cheyenne, as Bradley Fieser throws a 5-inning no-hitter, allowing just one error to reach base and also a hit by pitch. So he goes one batter over the minimum in the 5 innings in the win for Cheyenne over Pierre Post State. He threw just 66 pitches in total as well. So 2 really good outings from Cheyenne in their first 2 games of this tournament. It was a 2-run first inning, both unearned runs against Spencer Eastland, and then another 2 runs in the bottom of the second. Both RBIs scored from singles by Mason Tafoya and Coulter McAnally. And then in the third inning, a 5-run inning, where it ended up being another couple unearned runs against Spencer Eastland. And then Johnny Lyons got a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the fourth to keep it a 9-0 score. But Post State unable to get a base hit, only had 2 guys reach base the entire game. And for Spencer Eastland, he went 3 innings, allowing 7 hits. It was 9 runs, but only 3 of them earned, 4 walks and 1 strikeout. Against Spencer Eastland, Johnny Lyons with that 1 inning had a strikeout and got the other 2 guys on a fly out and a ground out for his perfect inning in relief. But Post State now 0-4 in the season, and they will now be waiting till tomorrow afternoon to face their next opponent, which will be Fargo Post 400. 3 o'clock first pitch locally, 4 o'clock first pitch Central Time, and then they'll follow that game with the back-to-back games. They'll play Bellevue in the second game, and then we will wait to see where Post State will play on Sunday, whether it's early in the morning at 9 a.m. Central Time, or maybe even at 11:30. And right now, I guess really at this point, with Cheyenne at 2-0, Laramie at 2-0, it's going to be tough for Post State to get that 1 or 2 seed. So they will most likely not be playing at 4:30 at this point, even if they do win the next 2 games. It's going to be tough to find a first or second place finish and Post 22 also in that same pool with Post State. So it is a 9-0 win over the Post State for Cheyenne over Post State, as that'll wrap things up for us here from the Fitz. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock first pitch, and we'll have coverage starting at 3:45. That's all Central Time tomorrow afternoon, as the Eights will be taking on Fargo Post 400, and then we'll be facing Bellevue after that. Final score once again, 9-0 win for the Cheyenne Sixers over Post State. As we say so long from the Fitz.
You've been listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post State Baseball is brought to you by Dr. Pepper, Floss Dentistry, Comtech, Wagner Auto, Dakota Sprinkler, CHS River Plains, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, True Green, B&B Equipment, Oahe Federal Credit Union, and Gales Gas. Post State Baseball is also brought to you by AirTech, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Olson Plumbing, First Dakota National Bank, Ferding Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Avera, Sander Auto Parts, Edward Jones Financial, Todd's Electric, Lamb Auto, Kruger Contracting, the Oahe YMCA, Bank West,
and Fisher rounds. Join us all season for post-day baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This